Hey guys, how you doing? My name is John and welcome to my Gamester81 show. In this episode, I want to talk about the month of February. A lot went on in February. And as most of you guys are aware, I started my own website a little while back in November of last year. It's called Gamester81.com. And I sincerely and truly thank you guys for checking it out. It's been going great. It's been beating expectations. And it's been a lot of work, but more so it's been a lot more fun. So I just want to say a big thank you and shout out to everyone for checking that out, and I've gotten great feedback. Thank you so much. And a big thank you also to my contributors. I have a lot of my friends, close friends are on there, as well, contributing news and articles and videos and whatnot for gaming related stuff, and say a big thank you to them as well. So this video is basically just a brief recap over some of the stuff in the month of February that was on the site. I will certainly put links below so you guys can check it out. Guys, I just want to make it really clear that my intentions for this video is just to let you guys know that the articles and videos are up on the site in case you guys were unaware. Do you guys have to go check them out? Obviously not. But either way, I do appreciate you guys' support. First, I'm going to start off with Jason Delancey. Jason's a really cool guy. He's from the UK, and he puts up articles, exclusive articles on my site. And his focus, it's really cool, has been on the history of WWF games, whether it's arcade or NES, just retro World Wrestling Federation games. So if you're a big fan of the WWF and you would like to know more about history about these games, definitely check these articles out. They're really fascinating. Another really good friend of mine and a really cool guy, he's from the States and he's been putting articles up, or exclusive articles on my website. His name is Eric, Knight of the Living 8-Bit. And his articles, he's been putting weekly articles up there about gaming news, and I always find these interesting. He did write-ups about the new Alan Wake, American Nightmare, his opinions, a really in-depth article about that. He also talked about Medal of Honor and his opinions of Medal of Honor. He did a really cool feature of first-person shooters and kind of direction of where those are going. Kind of very opinionated, and it's really cool. I really enjoy his article, so thank you, Eric, for posting those. Another really cool guy who I've known actually probably the longest time out of anyone here in the YouTube community. I think the first week I actually started getting involved with the community, he actually reached out to me. His name is Vintage Video Game Geek. I've known him for years, good friend of mine. And he recently went to Magfest, and he posts his recap and memories going to Magfest. Really cool. Just about a week ago, he posted a video and review over the original PlayStation system by Sony, and that was really cool. So I really like Vintage Video Games' style of videos. He's really funny, and he's very knowledgeable about what he reviews. Another guy who is a good friend of mine, his name is Metal Jesus Rocks, also known as Jason. This guy, literally, he rocks. His editing is really good. He's very knowledgeable about his games. He recently went down to Portland, and he met up with a guy named John. He's a huge collector. John actually puts on the Retro Gaming Expo in Portland, and he went down to Longview, Washington, which is right kind of close to the border. And he went to John's house, and they went through some of his collection and talked about old retro games and systems and the history behind them. It's just really fascinating. And another review he did a review over TIE Fighter for the PC, like Windows 95, and that's like one of my favorite Star Wars games of all time. So they're really classic. Every time I see one of Jason's videos, it just brings back a lot of memories and nostalgia to me. And thank you, Jason, for posting those. Bracy is another good friend of mine. He's known on YouTube as Retro Snow or SnowCon3, and he focuses more on retro. And he did reviews over Outrun 2. He did over Super Thunderblade. And for the Genesis, and he did really good reviews over these games that a lot of us may have heard of, but he has a really interesting outtake on these as well. A guy who's brand new to making videos, and I think he's off to a great start, is called The Games Monster. And he has this new show called NES Quest. And in this show, he focuses on 3 Nintendo games, and at the very end of the video, he ranks them based on what he's reviewed before. And great, they're just random NES games, but he's got a great production value, great opinions about these games, and definitely worth checking out his channel and his show. Yet another good friend of mine is Jimmy Lots of Games. Jimmy and I go back a long time on YouTube. We've had the pleasure of meeting up in person, hanging out. Really down-to-earth guy. I really highly recommend his channel. And he's posted game reviews over more modern games like Twisted Metal, a new one, Final Fantasy 13-2, and Alan Wake, American Nightmare. And he's more modern. And my really goal of my website, guys, is not just to focus on just rare and retro stuff. And that's what was, of course, going to be there. But I want to focus on modern stuff, too. So it kind of appeals to different audiences, or the same audience in my case, because I like both. James, also known as Chipsters, he's another UK guy. He does awesome videos. And he posted some rare Nintendo finds. He also found, he did a review over the N64 Tilt Pack, which I found really interesting. So definitely check those videos out. James is a great guy. Terrence and Big Mike, these guys are some of the most down-to-earth guys. I had the pleasure of meeting Terrence at PAX last year in Seattle, and I'll meet both of them in Boston, PAX East coming up, and they run a show called Charge Back Forward, and they did a couple videos of some awesome pickups. And these guys, I mean, these aren't just your standard pickup videos, guys. These guys pick up some really awesome games, and their knowledge of games is really fascinating and really awesome. Silver Mongoose, he's Canadian, and he's a really cool guy. He did a really interesting video over talking about 1988 and Phantasy Star for the Sega Master System. And he went on, he bought the game cartridge. He'd never played it before. He played it on an old school television, standard television. And he goes through this article explaining the experience of playing Phantasy Star for the Sega Master System. Really fascinating article. And he also posted a 3DO, Panasonic 3DO review, a 2-part video, very detailed about the history of the 3DO and his opinions of the system. Silver Mongoose is a great guy. I highly recommend checking him out. Ed is also a good friend of mine, and he is known as a Retro Gamer 3, also Canadian like Silver Mongoose, and he posts some great videos. He did most recently did a video over Sega Talk, talking about Sega and those games, and really just really high production value, really funny videos, and great channel. The last person I want to thank and plug is, her name is Lydia. Her show is called Squid Gaming. Her focus is on modern games. She's from the UK. Her review she posted last month in February was over Kingdom of Amalur Reckoning, the game, and it was a really great review. Definitely learned a lot from the game because honestly I didn't know much about it, and definitely she sold me on it. So thank you, Lydia. Guys, that concludes my recap over February. As you can see, February has been a very busy month. March, this month, has been equally as busy. In April, I'm really excited. I'm going to Boston for PAX East early April, so I hope to see some of you guys there. Thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. I sincerely thank you for your support for my show. It's a lot of work, but I have a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, guys, and happy gaming. Take care.